in the home studio. Iceland was amazing. We can talk more about that perhaps at 8 o'clock, folks. It is Labor Day. And what I'm going to do today, because it's Labor Day, because we've been gone for so long, is I'm going to go live at 8 a.m. with the intention of doing an hour of Q&A. One of the things I hope to do on the trip is do a lot of Q&A, but given the Wi-Fi situation, every day was a battle to upload videos. So it was frankly too frustrating to make happen. So I will go live at 8 a.m. So about 29 minutes for an hour, maybe 2 hours of Q&A. I hope to see you there. What I want to do here in this particular video is give you a lay of the land for the upcoming economic events. And then, because Warren Buffett, folks, Warren Buffett on August 30th just celebrated his 94th birthday. So what I want to do here in this video is go over a series of, 10 or so Warren Buffett quotes, but really break it down to what do they mean to me. Obviously, Warren Buffett is the GOAT when it comes to stock market investing. He has been writing a yearly report to his investors that I've read time and time again. So I wanted to pull out some of Warren Buffett's main quotes and give you a feel for how I interpret them. Because one of the things about Warren Buffett quotes is you can really internalize them for yourself. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the week ahead. Obviously today, Monday, September 2nd, is Labor Day. It is kind of the end of summer. How did it go? Did you do anything amazing? Let me know what you did this summer. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Love to see if you guys went on any trips, bought any investments. What did you do this summer? Let me know in the comments below. Starting tomorrow, we get ISM Manufacturing. ISM Manufacturing in general in the U.S. has been in a contraction. It has been shrinking. It is one of those leading things that could eventually cause a recession. Has there been a turnaround? We will find out on Tuesday. Wednesday, mortgage applications. Are we still seeing the refi boom? Are we seeing purchase apps tick up at all? We'll also get our first of 3 jobs reports. We will get the JOLTS report, typically job openings and quits. What is going on in the job markets? We will get the Fed Beige Book. What is going on with the 12 districts in the U.S.? Are any of them contracting, growing? What is going on? The Beige Book will give us some localized color. Then we'll get the ADP report, the second of 3 jobs report. This is kind of private payrolls and has been kind of all over the map if you go back and look at what's been going on. But then we get the weekly jobless numbers. The weekly jobless numbers are important. They have been trending right around 231, 232,000 week on week. Is there a break higher? You and I will be watching. And then the big number of the week will be Friday. It is non-farm payrolls. It is estimated to be only 100,000. This is the lowest estimate that I recall in quite some time. Last month, if you don't remember, came in at 114, and that was a massive miss to the downside. The last payroll report, farm payroll report, came out and really led the charge for rate cuts are coming because it missed significantly to the downside. Not to mention the 2,000 jobs that just magically disappeared. But yes, and then finally the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate will be interesting. Will it stick to 4.3? Frankly, will it continue its trend higher? You can go back and look at the last 4, quite possibly 5 non-farm payroll reports, and they've all ticked up 1/10. Last month ticked up 2/10, which again was a signal that rate cuts are coming. There is a chance, although at this point probably not a great chance, there is a chance that it ticks down to 4.2. There has been some consternation in the market was the last month's report ticked higher because of some Texas weather-related incidents. Again, we will find out on Friday. Alrighty, folks, lots and lots of stuff going on. The job market is, we have 3 more reports until we get the Fed rate decision. We get the non-farm payroll Friday. We get CPI and PPI next week, and then the Fed rate decision. I have to admit, it is looking more and more likely that a rate cut is coming. It is not what I hoped for. I think cutting rates when you have 3% GDP, you have 4.3% unemployment rate, which is again below full employment. Today, full employment is still believed to be 5%. So we are below that. But that said, I do understand there is this notion of what's called R star, which is kind of this theoretical calculation about what is the terminal rate, where interest rates are not restrictive and not expansionary. And that number is not known. It is always a guess, a best guess. Right now, I think the Fed is going to tell us, hey, we think we're being over restrictive as inflation falls. I don't like it. I don't think it's the right idea. But that said, we have some numbers. What could cause the Fed to wait? Again, 3 numbers. 1, Friday. If the jobs market does not post 100K, let's just pretend for a moment that it posted 312,000 jobs. That would put a question mark out there. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but we're just painting a what if scenario here. What if 312? Then next week we get CPI. What if CPI for some reason it ticked 2% higher, both on headline, both on core? So if the job market is stronger than expected and inflation is hotter than expected, I don't know how you could cut. But again, that's not the world that I think we're in. I think we're in a world where the Fed has told us a cut is coming, and thus far they have done it. That said, I will stick with my November prediction and hope that they don't cut in September, but they wait till November. But again, if they wait till November, I'm calling a half. So again, that's what we're going on. All right, let's talk about some Warren Buffett quotes. Some of these you have undoubtedly heard, but some of them you probably haven't. I did comb through a couple hundred Warren Buffett quotes, and I thought I'd pull out a few that mean one to me. One that you have probably heard endlessly from me and probably even the Crash Bros. I think even the Crash Bros say this. Here's the first one. Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Folks, I have lived in this world. I've been doing this game for 23, 24 years. I have seen excessive greed. In fact, I have told you repeatedly that the syndication market was going to blow up. I have seen the rooms vibrating with new investors waiting to throw money at these charlatans who have now, these investors unfortunately have lost everything. Again, when I see investors vibrating, I go the other direction. That is why I speak at events. That has saved me undoubtedly millions and millions of dollars. And then again, folks, you've heard me say all the time, when everybody's afraid, that is when I go in. And right now, people are afraid. Folks, this is quite possibly the second buyer's market I have ever seen. Right now, residential real estate is a buyer's market. It is not easy. It never is. But if you do what I say, get a buy box, look every day, write disrespectful offers. I am hearing from folks almost every day about getting a deal. So again, I'm going to keep bringing you the truth, bringing you what I'm doing. And again, today is a buyer's market. You may not like it. You're not supposed to. But this is where we are. Number 2, this is one with a shout out to all of America. This is one Warren Buffett said on CNBC. I heard him say this, and it sent chills down my back. It is never smart to bet against America. Folks, for all of our challenges, all of our issues, we are still the place to be. Frankly, if you don't like it, leave. But it is the place to be. It is not perfect. No place is. But if you stretch out or you zoom out on your time horizon, you will realize that there is no other place. A high school dropout, a single parent with 3 kids and nearly $100,000 in debt, a Section 8, somebody who grew up in Section 8, went to a house hack, so a teenage mother can become millionaires. This is the best place to do that. It takes sacrifice. It's not easy, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? If you don't like it, leave. It is the best place to be. Again, not smart to bet against America. We do have our challenges, our issues. I'm not blind to them. But where else would you want to be? How about this one? Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Folks, lots of you are parents. Lots of you are doing this thing because you want to have something for them. It takes time. The first 5 years suck. I'm not here saying you could quit your job in 3 years. That's not who I am. But I'm saying if you want to do something amazing, get to 4 and be done. You will have legacy wealth if you can get the 4 free and clear rental properties when it is time to go and you leave something for your kids. Again, somebody is sitting in the shade today because somebody planted a tree a long time ago. Here you go. This is one you may have heard. I heard this a lot when I was getting my MBA. The first rule of investment is don't lose money. The second rule, don't forget rule number 1. Folks, in the real estate game, a lot of us come into this with clear vision. Then we get in and we get bored. You get bored and you want to try something else. You want to go do some BRRRR. You want to do some Airbnb arbitrage. You want to throw some money at a syndication. Folks, one rental at a time. One rental at a time. It's not sexy. Might not even be fun. But it is the way to move forward. It is the way that you can protect the downside. Here's one that I have said a lot, and I think we are seeing it come to bear right now. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who is swimming naked. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who is swimming naked. Think about all of those gurus who were out there just printing money. Everything they touched turned to gold. And now they are coming out with stories of loss after loss after loss. Folks, the rules are going to get you. If you go too fast, if you don't do your due diligence, if you don't look at the paperwork, you are going to get got. Yes, folks, there are lots of people who appeared to be gurus and rock stars. But as this tide goes out, we're going to find out who's swimming naked, who has no idea what they're doing, who has lost millions and millions of dollars, who has hurt people time and time again. Again, we are going to find out who is swimming naked. And frankly, I'm going to sit back and smile because I told you all this was coming. All right, got a few more for you. I like these. I think I wrote down 30. I probably will not go through all of them. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. Folks, this is why on one rental at a time, I repeat myself because my story is my story. If I wanted to make something up just because it sounded better or I got bored, that would be disingenuous. It would be a lie. And eventually I would get caught and my reputation would be gone. That's why you hear me talk about the same stories over and over again, because they are my stories. You're not going to make up stories. Again, there are plenty of people, big names in this game, who are losing and losing and losing. And some of them might do something to blow up their reputation. The pain is still coming. Here's one. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Folks, this is what I keep talking about with learning a buy box, understanding, finding value. The biggest example of this I can tell you that I've shared again and probably share many more times is when I would look for 2-bedroom, 1-baths over 1,000 square feet. Now, why would I do that? Well, because generally speaking, home buyers don't want 2 bedrooms. So I had very little competition. However, I know that a 1,000 square foot house might have room for a 3rd bedroom. Lo and behold, many did. So what I did is my price was a 2-bedroom, but the value was a 3-bedroom. That is just one of many examples. Here's one that Warren Buffett said that I never got. I never had this. He said, I always knew I was going to be rich. I don't think I doubted it for a minute. Now, some of you out there watching probably have that confidence in that, that you know that that is coming. I got to tell you, I have never had that. I thought I was going to work forever. I never had this, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be rich. In fact, my internal monologue to myself is not healthy, not good. So I never had this over-exuberance confidence. All I know, folks, is how to work, right? I'm the guy who shows up every day. I'm the guy that just goes long. I go longer than anybody else. That's all I have. That I have confidence in. I know I can focus and have discipline more than most. But I never had this, I'm going to be rich. I never had that. It's never something I had. Here's one. I don't look to jump over 7-foot bars. I look around for 1-foot bars I can step over. Folks, don't overcomplicate it. Don't go for the home run. Go for the certainty. Part of this game, folks, is not busting out. Think about this. I've told this story many times. In the last crash, I knew there was a Silicon Valley-based home flipper who was flipping $1 million homes and printing money. And then the market changed. He failed to take one 150K loss because of his reputation, and it all blew up. He got bankrupt, divorced, just all kinds of nasty things. Just look for the certain one. This is not a game about how fast or how big. It is a game, in my opinion, about how certain you want to be there. You're not going to get this, you're going to be a millionaire in 7 seconds from one rental at a time. You're going to get, it's a 10-year journey. You're going to have a decade of sacrifice. But when you get there, worth it. Let's see if I do one or two more. I got more, but I don't want to go too long because we're gonna talk for 2 hours. We're gonna do a live stream in about 13 minutes. I have some questions from you. I watched the first 40 minutes of the David Green and Ryan Pineda video, and I'm gonna react to that, what I saw or what I heard. I only watched it once, but I thought that interview with Ryan Pineda and David Green was amazing. You can find it on Ryan Pineda's channel. If you haven't watched that video, I highly, highly recommend it. If you are a new real estate investor, if you are someone in the game, you need to watch that first 40 minutes because you can see how bad things can get if you are a little loose in your process. There are so many lessons in that video that I think we should talk about. Also, the interview, Ryan Pineda and David Green, their answer to the problem was go create active income. Go have so much income at the top of the funnel that mistakes can be covered up. That is not my takeaway. Now that could be the takeaway for 1%. If you are Ryan Pineda and you are just a gift for social media, if you are David Green and you have bigger pockets in your back corner, maybe you can focus on active income. We're going to talk about how do you create structure and process so you don't fall victim to some of these nasty, nasty things. That is how we're going to open up, but I have a whole list of questions that we will get into. Let's find one more, and we will just stop it there. Here's one. This is my final one, and I think it's a great way to end. My favorite holding period is forever. Your favorite holding time frame is forever. You don't go into an investment knowing when you're going to sell. At least I don't. My intention for every property that I purchase is to hold forever. Now, as you've undoubtedly seen, over time, situations change. And I sell, or I 1031 exchange, or whatever it is. But again, when I go into this game of buy and hold, it's because I plan to hold forever. Folks, that is your daily financial news, September 2nd, Labor Day. Again, we are back. I'm rested. I'm having fun. Little jet lag because I don't sleep on airplanes. Man, I wish I could sleep on airplanes. But we will go live for, I don't know, an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours. We'll see what's what. See you soon. Take care. Like, subscribe, comment. Take care.